Hi Virgo, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your monthly forecast for February 2013. This is a month of love. We start this month with Venus that is going to be transiting your sixth house. Now, that's quite a mundane and a boring house. It has to do with your day to day chores, it has to do with your health, your fitness. How is it that you're taking care of your body? And Venus coming and transiting over there is going to be making you look at things quite differently. I think Venus, in any case, is, as we all know, she's a goddess of love, beauty, and sex, and she also rules money. So she's going to be coming and maybe putting a stress upon how it is that you look at yourself outwardly. Maybe this is a time that certain changes need to be done, whether it is regarding your physical appearance or whether it has to do with your fitness regime. Maybe something is not working for you as far as your exercising or your diet is concerned. Maybe you need to be looking at more alternative ways of improving yourself. It could be yoga, it could be Pilates, it could be maybe just shifting to organic foods, for all you know. Also, at this point of time, you might feel quite criticized by your closest partnership. It could be your spouse, it could be your partner, it could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, and you could feel that this person is trying to sort of, fix you constantly. And just a sense of not being good enough, and you could feel quite upset about it. And this is just a temporary phase, it's really not a long lasting phase. And Venus makes this transit every year, so it's really an annual affair with Venus. It's not as if it's anything earth shaking, that the sky will fall on your head, nothing of that sort, but it's a minor irritant nonetheless. Also, Mars is going to be activating your seventh house, and that's a house of your partnerships. It's a house of marriage, and Mars is a planet of energy, vitality, and also it brings about some amount of aggression with it. So try to be little careful that you are not sort of coming down too heavily onto the people closest to you, not just in your marriage, in your closest relationships, but also in work environment and business relationships. Also, this is a time where Mars is going to be making you look at more deep seated patterns as to what is it that needs to be changed, or what is it that makes you so upset in your relationship, or more deeper insights. The seventh house also has to do with it also deals with hidden enemies and arch rivals. So you could feel that your maybe closest partners are behaving like your enemies. They are constantly criticizing you, they're picking on you, and you're not good enough, and there could just be a sense of doing so much and not being appreciated. But like I said, it's a temporary phase, there's nothing to get very upset about. It's something that will just sort of blow over. The trick over here again is to sort of listen and not to get too aggressive. So if feedback is coming to you, I think you can just say thank you and you can move on. Also, we have Sun that is going to be entering your seventh house as well. And Sun, of course, like we all know, brings about a lot of validation, gratification, and it's going to be bringing about a little lightness into your seventh house, which, like I said, has Mars over there. And also, we have Chiron, so it's quite a busy time for your seventh house. It seems to be a cosmic party of sorts. And Chiron is a healing planet, so the indications that past wounds or grievances or things that could have upset you really in your closest relationship could be healing, or could be the all the healing process has started for you, or it is there inside, or for some of you, you could have healed. The process has just got over for you. Also, this is a time, very importantly, wherein that you need to be again looking at things that you can change. Transformation is a big key over here for you, Virgos. What is it in your partnerships, in your closest relationships that restrains you, that affects you, or upsets you? Maybe this is a time where you need to be sort of making a change over there. And Mars is going to be making you want to do something about it, not just sort of, sit there and suffer in silence. We have a Mercury retrograde that's happening on the 18th, and like all the Mercury retrograde drills, it's not a great time to be buying anything expensive and electronic gizmo. It's not a great time also to be making very elaborate travel plans. There could be some amount of travel glitches or delays. A retrograde normally comes with a lot of delays that it causes. Again, it's nothing drastic. Like I say, there's a retrograde and there is a reality. So if you have to go and make that heavy duty purchase, just be sure that you have all the facts and the figures. Normally during a retrograde, as soon as it gets over, we come to know that either there was an upgraded version just around the corner, or maybe the particular whether it's an electronic that you have bought just breaks down freakishly on its own. Also, there are indications during a retrograde on vehicular breakdown as well. So ensure that your cars and your bikes are well serviced and ready, or there's a backup plan for your insurance papers and everything that is there. Again, I would just like to stress upon, because I get a lot of mails on the retrograde that, oh, will it affect me and how bad will I have an accident? No, it does not do anything drastic of that sort. A retrograde is just a time for you to be revising things. It's not a time to be actioning things. So things that you could have been working on, projects, conversations, it's not a time to be deciding. It's a time for research. So if you've been thinking of buying something really expensive, it's a good time to be doing a research on it. It's not a time to be actioning out. That is what a retrograde does basically. It just gives you a sort of a time out. We also have Saturn that is there, and Saturn has been there in your house since October 2012, and Saturn is going to be retrograding. Yes, Saturn is going to be retrograding in your which house? There could be too much happening. Now, we have a Saturn retrograde as well towards the end of the month, and Saturn has been there in your third house. That is a house of communication, it is a house of education, it is also the house of conversations or dealing with other people, or how it is that people look at you, your neighborhood, your relationship with your siblings, and generally the extended family. So with a retrograde, again, Saturn is going to be giving you this time to sit and think and revise and retweak. Maybe again, conversations that have been sort of not been moving forward. Maybe there's another way to be approaching things. Maybe for a certain education, a certain university, or a travel plan that you've been trying to put into place. Maybe this is a time to be doing research work for it. Similarly, your relationship with your siblings, I think it's a time to be. Again, this trend was there for you in January as well, a very strong trend for you, Virgos. It's a time to be sort of reaching out to your extended family, siblings, extreme compassion and understanding on what is it that you can do, how it is that you should be behaving, or what is how much should you be believing on the information that comes to you, whether the information is coming peppered or how true it is. All this is, again, Saturn retrograde is going to be giving you this time to think about it. And if there are some corrections that have to be done, there are some things that need to be replanned, this is a great time for you to be replanning and redoing that as well. And Saturn, again, as we know, is a planet of restriction and responsibility and accountability. I think somewhere that you need to be a little bit more responsible in your relationships, especially with your siblings and in your extended families. It's not a time to be sort of just walking away with your head and saying, oh, it doesn't concern me, so I don't need to be doing anything about it. But it's a time where you really need to be more accountable in your relationships. You need to be more responsible. And I think somewhere, if you are feeling slightly restricted or limited, I think it's a time where you need to be speaking out more and just sort of clearing the air. It's a good time for even conversations and discussions. Only that, decisions, like I said, major decisions and all that can sort of wait. But it's a good time to be doing that as well. Also, we have, yes, there's a lot of value on the values, on what it is that you want out of life, how it is that you perceive yourself, and where is it that you want to go. Also, I think you will be spending a lot of time on the internet, a lot of email exchanges, maybe searching for some information. It could be again whether it's regarding a university or another country or city that you want to travel. Education is focused a lot, so I think for those of you who are in that space, again, this is a time whether you're looking for a certain license for your university, or you're looking at even just upgrading yourself, your education. This is a time to be doing good research for that as well. Creatively, however, you could feel slightly blocked at this point of time, but again, like I said, it's a temporary aspect, nothing more. So overall, seems like a lovely month. Like I said, we started with a Venus transit, and don't get too again. I think whenever criticism comes in from a close partner, even though and there could be some amount of nagging as well, or you could also be in certain cases be the person who's doing all the nagging and who's doing all the criticizing. I think the best feedback what one can do is just sort of smile and say thank you and move on. So have a lovely month. I'll see you again in March, and thank you so much for watching.